So is busking kind of like your main kind of thing? Like, do you do that a lot? How long have you been doing it for?
Oh my God, I've been busking since I was maybe 14 and I'm 19 now. It's my full-time job. Like I do it as a job and I love it. I think it's great.
That's class. I know another guy. What's his name? Oh, Simon Flurry. Do you know if you know Simon Flurry from? He's always gigging in Cork.
No, I don't know the
He's got
name.
like long hair and a beard, and he's always like playing crazy
Oh, does
riffs
he
and
play
stuff like
guitar?
that.
Yeah, okay,
Mhm.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, sometimes he does kind of like opera style singing, but
Yeah,
like add
I know who
with
you're
rock
talking about.
music. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hell
He's the
yeah.
same though. He like makes his living from busking
Yeah,
too. Like so,
it actually works like pretty well. So
you'll do it for as long as you like it, I guess.
as long as I can do it, I'll do it.
That's class. And have you been do you play guitar?
Yeah, I play guitar and I play ukulele as well.
And have you been playing them like since you were really young, like or?
Oh, I've been playing guitar since I was, I'd say, maybe 8 or 9, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that might make you think that I'm really, really good, but I'm not. I
Yeah.
only started learning so I could like have something to accompany myself with when I first
Mhm.
started out. Because when I was busking, when I first started out now, like I was a child. I was just playing my guitar and my ukulele, with a little bag in front of me. And if I came home with 20 euro, I'd be delighted with myself. Like, I was so happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've just gone up from there, I feel like. And, like my confidence as well has gotten a lot stronger. My ability with guitar hasn't really gotten better, but
Mhm.
I pretend to myself that it has.
I think it's like so important for singers to learn an accompanying instrument like piano or
Yeah,
guitar. Like
yeah.
it's one thing I regret so much is not like putting more time into learning
Mm,
either one of them when I was younger. And like I'm a
yeah.
singing teacher now, so like
Oh,
I encourage all my young students to learn an instrument. Like
yeah. It's really handy to have, like, especially like if, because if it, like, even like as you said, even if you have one instrument that and you can even play it basically, like that'll accompany with you at any songs that you want to accompany with yourself with, and it just makes gigging and playing and busking and gigs and stuff like that. It makes everything so much easier.
yeah,
So
100%. Like as like if I want to play a gig, even if it's like a cover gig or something, I have to have someone else with me. So I'm always relying on someone else. And if they can't do it because they're sick, then I can't do it either. So, do you know, I think it's so cool that you can do that. And come here to me then. So obviously you're a songwriter.
I am.
And when did you start songwriting? And tell me all about how you got into songwriting.
I started songwriting when I was maybe 8.
Right, really young.
That doesn't mean that they were good, but I was songwriting since I was so young. I remember my first ever song was about a chicken and a hen living in a den because it was the only things that I could figure out how to rhyme. I put my own little chords to it and everything, and I had myself a little song, and I was delighted with myself. I thought I was going to be like the next like Shakira or something. I thought I was going to be massive. Um, then I stopped songwriting for ages just because I realized how bad the chicken and the hen song was, and I was like, you know what, I don't think songwriting's for me. But I got back into it then, in about properly, I'd say about 2015 maybe, and since then I've been writing a lot, and like I love my songs I write, and I think that like I post a lot of them on my YouTube channel, and they always get a good response, even from when I was like a lot younger, and I wouldn't have my voice wasn't as strong, or it wasn't as like I feel like I'm like one thing that I like give myself is I feel like I'm good at portraying emotion in music, and before in like my first songs and stuff I wasn't. But even now when I like play them back and I sing them now, like I still love them, and I think that like they hold a lot for me. So I will be posting them, like I have them all on YouTube, but I want to post them on like Spotify and stuff as well.
Yeah, that's class. You know what you were saying about the like connection and emotion. I think that's like so important as a singer, and like sometimes you can come across singers who are like technically good, but
Yeah.
they might not just make you feel anything. They might just feel a bit blah. But I think it's such an important thing as a like all my favorite singers are the emotional ones. You know, the ones
Yeah,
that just really
same.
make me
Yeah,
feel something. You can hear the emotion in their voice, but they might not be the most perfect technique wise. But like tech, I mean, I'm a singing teacher, but like technique isn't everything. I think emotion is
yeah,
probably more important than technique.
yeah,
Technique really just
definitely.
kind of embellishes what you have already
Have
in
already.
my
Yeah,
view.
yeah,
And as well as that, when you're, when you're young, you don't have all the emotions, you don't understand the emotions to write about. So
yeah,
that's probably kind of part of the reason why you're loving it more now as well and
yeah.
connecting with your songs.
I actually know what to write about, and I know how it feels, what I'm
Yeah.
saying, so it makes more sense to me, and then it ends up making sense to other people, and other people like understand it and like relate to it, and that's my favorite thing about songwriting.
And like do you remember like the first song you wrote, the one with the chicken and the hen?
Yeah,
Okay, but do you remember like what inspired you to start writing first, or like who inspires you now to write? Any female artists?
yeah, like for writing songs, um my two like biggest female, like honestly it's kind of only females really that inspire me with writing, is a girl who I discovered through TikTok called Jax, Jax. She is, oh my god, she's incredible, and she's just a creator. She writes her own little pieces, and like, oh my god, I'm just obsessed with her. She comes up with the greatest things, and like she
Hmm.
wrote a song ages ago that I fell in love with called Ring Pop. And that's how I found her. And then she has another one now called Victoria's Secret, which has
Cool.
gone viral on TikTok, and I'm just obsessed with her. And then that's only like, she's only like a recent kind of artist who I've been into, but somebody who I've been in love with since I was, oh my god, I'd say since, for like the last maybe 7 years. I think I found her in like 2014 or 2015. Is Dodie Clark,
Oh,
or
that's
Dod Laddle.
I think I've heard of Dodie, but I don't think I've listened to her in a while. Is she kind
Sorry
of
about
a
my dog's barking there.
That's all right. Mine is like wrecked now because we were out at the river all day, so he's like pooped. Um, what was I going to say? Is she kind of like an acoustic
Yeah,
act?
yeah. She's the
Yeah.
one who made me learn ukulele, because her
Mm.
instrument, like her main instrument, is ukulele, and she's just incredible.
I just put it into my phone and spell check changed it to Society Clark.
Oh my god.
Come on, spell check. Do me a favor here. Yeah, that's cool. I must check her out again. I definitely have heard her at some point because I recognize the name, but I
Yeah,
don't really remember her music.
yeah.
That's great. So it's kind of so what's your music like then? What's the vibe of your music? What's the style? Would you who kind of what are your main influences? Would it be kind of similar to Dodie or
See, a lot of my songs, like half of my songs are kind of like Dodie's, where it's like just an acoustic version of a little song. And then my other half is like, I really want, like, my biggest inspiration in life is musicals. Like, anything musicals, I'm going to love it. But my songs seem to be more kind of like pop, kind of maybe a bit of rock as well. Kind of a, kind of like, I kind of write something and then I put whatever I feel to it, and it could come out with something that doesn't sound like me at all, but I still love it. So I don't know if that, I can't really like describe it.
so do you write your lyrics first? Is that what you mean? And then you put the lyrics first and then you aesthetically build it with the
Yeah,
music. Is that
that's
what
what
you
I do.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's interesting. Yeah.
I
So you
love
don't even
that.
know the vibe you're going to go for necessarily when you write the lyrics.
Oh no, like I sometimes I'll open, like sometimes I'll like start with like a tune as well though. Like it kind of goes from one to the other. Like most of the time I write lyrics first and then I'll like put a beat or a guitar strumming to it and see how it turns out, and then it'll build from there. But like my voice memo apps on my phone is just full of random video like recordings of me going la 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 or something like that, like something stupid, but
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I'll come back to it like a few months later or even like a year or two later and find it and be like, oh, there's this, like I can actually work this into something. I've done that. Like one of
Mm.
my one of my favorite songs I wrote, it's called Blame. It's not out on anything yet, but it's coming out soon. Like that's a song that I wrote years ago, but I rechanged it to feel more me now.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I just think that's like the fun part of songwriting. Like you can put like six different songs together to make one that you love.
Yeah, it's
you
like
know?
upcycling with
Yeah,
songwriting.
exactly. Like literally like recycling the whole of my songs, like.
I love that. Like I actually still have all my notebooks from like when I was really young, when I started songwriting. Like still
So
have
do
all
I.
of them. And like I haven't looked at them in ages, but I just like to have them. I did look at them, I think maybe like last year at some point, and had a little flick through, and I was like, wow, God.
Yeah,
I've come
you're
a long
actually
way.
inspiring me now to pull out mine because I know I have one. I think I have two. You're inspiring me now to try and pull them out. Find them somewhere in my room and look at them and see what I did.
Because the thing is, I think a lot of us like don't use actual pen and paper anymore. It's like a lot of us
Mm,
like record voice notes or do it on our laptop and record it
yeah,
and stuff like that. Um, which is really handy, but I do miss like all my recent stuff is not in notebooks. It's all on Google Drive. Do you know what I
that's
mean?
true. I actually feel like I write I write songs better if I physically write them, like, and then I kind of like physically write them and then I'll transfer them onto my phone. But
Yeah.
I actually, now that you're talking about it, I've never really noticed it before, but I do actually write my songs out first,
Mm.
which is good. And I'm glad I do that. And I'm going to stick to doing that.
You're not the first person to say that. Like, I was speaking to another songwriter. Do you know if you know Sarah Ryan? She's going by Sal
Mm,
now. Sal is her new stage name.
no.
Um, she like I don't know. She thinks she's living down in Cork now, but she's from Kildare originally. But
Oh,
she's a
nice.
lovely girl and she's a beautiful songwriter, kind of folk and blues and like lots of
Ooh,
things mixed in. It's
nice.
really, 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 really cool. So if you should definitely check her out. But she was saying to me as well, she just loves having pen and paper. Like it's like her, it's
Yeah.
just the way she does it. And I think it's a really nice way to do it. And actually, even myself going back to college and doing songwriting module in college, we would write things in our notebook, for assignments and stuff. And I was like, this is actually really nice, like having a pen and paper again. Do you know, like I
Yeah,
miss this, like so. Yeah, it's definitely the way forward for anyone who's like kind of getting
definitely.
into songwriting. I think there's something a bit more special or something about writing pen and paper.
It
But
just feels more authentic, I feel,
yeah.
you know?
So tell me about what's going to happen on stage with you and Josie then.
Okay, so basically, me and Josie met not even a year ago, and we instantly best friends. I would do anything for the girl. I love her to the ends of the earth. I think she's the most incredible songwriter. Her songs that she comes out with and songs that are on this set list that we're performing, um, oh my god, like you will be blown away at the talent that she has. She puts all her emotion and she puts her past and everything that she possibly has. She just get like bleeds it into the paper and into the song, and like you listen to her music and like it actually it's she's do you know what, I'm gonna add her to my list of people that inspire me on songwriting
Oh,
because
that's so nice.
it's so true though, because like anytime I listen to her songs, like it's just a powerful feeling that she gives, and there's nothing like her on stage as well, like her presence and everything, like it's just she's just amazing. So like the idea of me even getting to perform with her at this festival means so much to me, as I'm sure it means a lot to her as well. And it's just going to be so fun for the both of us because our music tastes are quite different, but we join together at a lot of songs that mean a lot to both of us. And she's into musicals as well, so we connect a lot on that. And we have done a few like little sessions before where we sit down and kind of wrote or put things together at bits and stuff. And we never actually wrote a song together, but I think that's something that we should definitely do because I just feel like it would go down very well. But anyway, the our set list that we have prepared is just amazing. It has a lot of originals in it, her originals and my originals. So it's just a nice mix of both, and I actually cannot wait to perform. I
That's
can't.
so that you're making me excited about it now. The way you've spoken about, you've really sold it. Like,
It's so exciting.
that's great. So Josie will be doing like backing vocals for you, and you'll be doing backing vocals for Josie.
Yeah.
So and will it be like one guitar and then two vocals? Is that kind of how it's going to work?
Yeah,
Yeah,
one guitar and two vocals. We want it really stripped back,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
where you can just, like I said with her songs, just feel the emotion,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like connect to the song. We just want people to connect to it and like feel the way that we feel when we wrote it, or when I listen to her sing it, I want people to feel the way I feel when she sings it. So,
Yeah, that's so
and I
interesting.
think our backing vocals on each of them really like bulk it up as well and just gives it even more emotion. So it's really exciting.
Backing vocals are so magical, like they really lift
They
songs.
do.
There's something
It turns
about
it
it.
into something else. It turns it into something even better because it just
Hmm.
adds so much. Like,
So, what are your plans for the future, and kind of where do you see yourself going musically? What are you doing now? Like, do you work, or are you in college, or kind of what's your story like?
so I was in college for music, and that's actually how I met Josie, and I loved it. I thought it was great. But this year, I think I'm going to just have a me year, and I'm trying to get my name out there more. So I have a lot of gigs coming up, in the next like few weeks. Even I'm gigging almost every weekend, a few times the week, every weekend. Um, so that's really exciting for me. But in my goal in the future is to land myself on the West End or Broadway, and just be on stage acting and singing. That's just where my heart like belongs, and I know that. So I'm just craving that. So I'm working as hard as I can to get towards that. I don't have a job. My job is busking, and I couldn't ask for a better job. I love it. I make myself so happy doing that than I ever was in a job. So, and I'm also my own boss, which is great.
Yeah, I know. I
Decide my
mean,
own hours.
it's kind of like, I don't know, but it's funny when it comes to music stuff. It's like your busking is your job. So like when I asked you, do you have a job? I obviously already told me that, but I was really asking, do you have like a normal job? Do
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like a
I
no,
don't have a normal
regular
job.
day to day job?
Yeah, I literally don't. I used to work in a cafe, and I started to um build up, like, people in my town started to know who I was through music and stuff. And I said, if I don't do it now, I never will. So I bit the bullet, I quit my job, and I threw myself headfirst into busking. And it was the best time that I did it. I did it like last year, and since then I love it. I feel like I've benefited a lot from it.
Yeah, well, I think sometimes you just have to just like grab the bull by the horns and go for it.
Yeah.
Like, and I think
Mm.
seems like you've done that, and
Yeah.
like I can see in your eyes, you're like full of excitement and like
Yeah.
enthusiasm for it. Like, so like go with that, just roll with it and like see where it takes you. Like, you'll probably become so much better as a performer and a songwriter, and even your guitar playing. So many things will improve from just doing so many gigs. Just throwing
Yeah.
yourself into it. So
Even with like stage presence and stage confidence and stuff, like I used to be like really quiet, just sing my songs and off I go. But now I'm like all chat. I just love talking to people. I love like explaining the song, like giving it a little bit of a quick intro. And but like before, I would have never done that. I would have just stood there and been like, "Thanks, okay, next." Like very like quiet. But yeah, I just feel like even busking has brought that up, where I feel so much more confident with like speaking to people in like public speaking. I like, if you like ask anybody, I will talk for Ireland, I will talk to a brick wall, anything. So like it's just, I feel like it's just a great way to get out all my energy with singing and talking and all that.
can you remember what one of your favorite gigs that you ever played was?
My favorite, yeah, I can. It was 2019. um it was when I first felt like, wow, maybe I can actually do this. Um, I It wasn't even my biggest gig, but it was my favorite in my heart. So there's this thing that happens in Cove, Cork, which is the little town that I'm from, and we do a thing called Regatta, which is a weekend where there's a lot of live music. It's
Is that
basically a
coming
little
up?
festival.
Did you post about that recently?
I did.
Yeah,
It's
I think I
coming
seen your
up
poster.
this weekend. I'm also
Class.
performing at it, so I'm really excited. So I'm performing this weekend at the same thing. But basically they do this big festival thing where it's basically just a big bunch of live music, and there's fireworks, and there's everything that like you could possibly imagine. And they do a thing where they have it's called the Regatta Queen. It's basically like the Rose of Tralee.
Okay, cool.
um yeah, but like a mini one, like of all Cove. And basically my sister was in as one of the queens. So I went and performed my favorite song to perform, which is Zombie by the Cranberries.
Oh, yeah. Love a
Best
bit of
song to
Dolores.
perform. And exactly, so I was waltzing my ass around. I don't know if I can say that. I was waltzing my butt around, singing my heart out, singing Zombie, and my sister was right beside me, and it was just a really nice moment where it was
Yeah.
like, you know, there was a massive crowd and everyone was cheering, and I brought my sister out to dance with me, and it was just such a nice experience, and it really made me feel like, wow, like this is what I want to do, which I already knew, but I was like, this is really what I want to do. And
Validated you.
yeah, it really did. It was like, this is like something I can really do and work towards. And since then, like my name's actually gotten out there a lot more, and I just feel like I'm finally getting recognized, and it's like even that little bit of recognition, I'm like, yes. Like, yes,
Yeah.
I worked so hard.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's such a special feeling, like when people react positively to what you do. It's like you kind of almost, it like gives you a sense of purpose, you know. It's like,
Yeah, it does.
and
Yeah.
it also just makes you feel like you're on the right path too, you know.
Mm,
So it's a form of communication, isn't it? And it's like,
yeah.
you know, sometimes we can be like awkward in like day-to-day life, but like when we get on the stage, we're like come alive and we just feel like such a connection
Yeah.
with the people in front of us, you know.
Yeah.
um I don't know what it is about that. It's like we're ourselves. Some of us
Mm.
even feel like more of ourselves
Oh
on
yeah,
stage than we
definitely.
do out, you know, not on stage. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's a strange one. It's kind of magic, isn't it?
it just brings like your whole self out, and it's great.
Yeah. And so is your set the set that you're going to be doing, is it kind of upbeat or is it kind of more like mid tempo or slow pace, or kind of what's the vibe?
We mixed it.
Mm.
So some songs are, slow, will get your heart going. I'm a little bit sad right now. But then the other ones will make you be like, hell yeah, this is such a bop. Like we wanted to make it so that when you listen to your set after, you're not gonna be bummed and be like, okay, that's so sad and now I'm sad. It's gonna
Yeah.
be like, I'm sad. Oh wait, now I'm happy. Oh wait, now I'm sad again. Oh wait, no, now I'm really
Like a
happy. So
roller coaster of
yeah,
emotions.
exactly. Which is what we want.
Yeah.
Everyone should have a roller coaster of emotions during a concert or a gig. I just feel like that's just the best way to work it.
That sounds so exciting. I'm really looking forward to seeing the two of you together on stage and like seeing what
I'm
happens.
excited. I'm
So
so
cool.
excited.
I hope the weather's like this. It's going to be class if the
Oh, it
weather's
better
so
be,
good, isn't
I
it?
swear. Yeah, it's like 27 degrees.
Is that what it is?
Like
I haven't checked the temperature today, but I was like, oh my god, it's so warm. It's like Spain. Like
27 degrees.
it's class.
I
We're not
can't
fit
do
for
it.
this weather, really. Like
We're really not. We're really not. I'm too sweaty for this.
I know, yeah. It's like car rides are just like, oh god, I have to put a towel on the seat when I'm driving. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I am a fresh car driver. I'm only a learner's permit,
Yeah.
but I swear I actually don't understand how I'm supposed to deal with the heat in a car.
Oh,
All the windows are rolled down fully and the aircon is blasting and I just can't. I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
we're all in the same boat. We can like sweat together.
Yeah, exactly.
Where can people find you if they want to like check your music out, check when your gigs are coming out? What's the best kind of place for them to check you out?
Well, best place to check me out is probably Instagram, which is just Kady Rose Music. But all my social medias are Kady Rose Music. I have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everything that you could possibly find me on. I'm there, and I just post about all my events coming up and updates about songs that I'm working on behind the scenes, about studio work as well, and what's actually coming up, which is a lot of really cool things. I may or may not be working on an EP,
Ooh,
but
exciting.
we'll see. So it's all like I post everything online really. And I also have a jewelry business, so I also post a lot about my jewelry business on there too.
Oh, class.
So you can find me through all of that.
That's great. Okay, guys. Well, that was Kady Rose. So if you want to check her out, you know where to find her. Um, so if you want to get your tickets for Slutty Virgin Festival, which we are both performing at on the 27th of August, then
And you
you
totally
will.
should get them.
Yes, it's slutty.virgincork@gmail.com. Did I get that right?
Yes.
I'll put it
I
in
don't know
the I'll
why I
put
know
it
that,
in
but
the
I do.
bio just in case I have said it slightly wrong. But yeah, email that address and get your tickets, guys. Like 45 quid for like 2 days of music and events and art and all the rest. And it's going to be class. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and I will see you for the next episode.